Hey there, and welcome to the Sherpa's Basecamp, a feature here on the Board Game Sherpa channel where I give quick, no fluff reviews to help you decide if a game is worth the play. If you're new here, hey, I'm the Board Game Sherpa, and this is where I share my thoughts on games I've played, whether it's with friends, family, or my Board Game Saturday sessions with Mrs. Sherpa. These aren't full how to play episodes, just enough to help you decide if the game is right for you. Sherpa's Basecamp was inspired by the quick photo reviews I've posted on my Instagram account after playing with my wife. But now I'm bringing them to video thanks to a suggestion by my own personal board game Sherpa, Johnny Rocks. Today, we're looking at Comic Hunters. A Marvel-themed card drafting and set collection game designed by Robert Coelho with art by Diego Sa. Comic Hunters was originally released in Brazil in 2020, and I first heard about it thanks to Mike Delicio's Dice Tower review, which blew me away. At the time, it wasn't available in the US, and I seriously considered grabbing it off eBay, even though it was going for $130 and was completely in Portuguese. Thankfully, Spin Master and Arcane Wonders brought the English version to the States in 2024, and I finally got my hands on a copy. So after all that wait, how does it play? In Comic Hunters, you're competing to build the most valuable collection of Marvel comics. You'll visit 4 locations, each with a different drafting mechanic. You'll draft comics featuring actual Marvel cover art across different eras. The Classic Age, which covers the Silver and Bronze Age of comics, approximately the 60s and 70s. The Modern Age, which covers the 80s and 90s. And the Contemporary Age, which covers post-2000 comics. The game is played over 3 rounds, each split into 2 phases. In the first phase, the Treasure Hunt, players visit 3 of the 4 locations to draft comic cards, each location representing not only a different drafting style, but also a different era of Marvel comics. The comic book store features comics from the Contemporary Age and uses a traditional draft. You pick 1 card from a hand and you keep passing back and forth to other players until everyone has the right number of cards. The Flea Market offers push-your-luck drafting style with comics from the Modern Age, where rows slowly fill and players decide when to swoop in and grab the best row of cards. The auction website focuses on Classic Age comics, with players bidding their secret stash points to win valuable card lots. Just don't forget that leftover secret stash points also adds to your final score. And finally, the Big Convention, which is a free-for-all featuring comics from all eras. A grid of comic cards are set up and players slide 1 hero comic card throughout the maze of cards to connect like symbols, and then collect the set featuring their chosen hero. Quick FYI, I know I've been going back and forth with it, but when I say cards, I mean cards representing actual comic books. Once you finish drafting at the scheduled locations, you enter phase 2, assemble your collection. Here you'll pay for comics you want to keep by discarding others of equivalent market value. You'll then assign comics to collections based on heroes and score based on set size, variety, and the appearance of highlight icons like #1 issues, epic battles, first appearances, etc. It's a game of smart drafting, clever sacrifice, and satisfying tableau building. It moves quickly once you know the location. Each play feels fresh thanks to randomized heroes and highlights. Personal bias. To start off, let's address the elephant in the room. I'm biased. After putting Comic Hunters on my top 15 games of Gen Con 2024 video, I interviewed Robert Coelho for my channel and we became friends. We even met up at Gen Con 2024 and he personally taught me how to play the game. That being said, I genuinely loved the game before all of this, and I'm going to do my best to keep this review as fair as possible. Theme and feel. As someone who spent years going to Comic Cons, cosplaying, and even working for a Comic Con, this game immediately clicked with me. The 4 locations you visit each round perfectly capture the comic hunting experience. In my interview with Robert, I found out that he's a longtime comic fan, and it shows. This isn't a paste on theme. He's been to those locations looking for comics himself. Adding to the theme, you're not collecting Big Green Monster or Viking God comics here. You're bidding on actual Marvel and Thor comic covers. I can't believe they got the rights from Marvel and Disney to use them, and I'm betting someone sold a piece of their soul for that to happen. But it adds so much to the feel of the game. Component quality. Okay, time for the bad news. The game is priced about $20, and unfortunately it shows. The cards feel flimsy, the cardboard tokens are paper thin, and there are a lot of online reviews about missing cards in the first print run. It hurt the game's reputation right out of the gate, which is a shame, because the game itself is fantastic. Luckily, there's a fix. On Etsy, there's a vendor called Game Foundry who makes upgrade kits for Comic Hunters, including better tokens and rubber rings to reinforce the cardboard ones, and it's only about $12. And just to let you know, I'm not getting paid to say this. It's just a great fix for a fun game that deserves better components. Even though I'm not a card sleever. I know, blasphemy. But sleeve these cards. They really make a difference on how the game plays. The old cards are very papery, and with the sleeves, they feel like actual cards. I also 3D printed a box organizer, and I'll probably put a video up on YouTube about that. Rulebook issues. It's also worth mentioning that there are a few errors in the rulebook. Some rules were simply typed incorrectly or contradict other parts of the game. They're not game-breaking, but they can definitely throw you off if you're learning the game for the first time. I recommend checking the Comic Hunter forums on Board Game Geek, where players and even the designer have posted clarifications and fixes to get everything running smoothly. Gameplay depth. The gameplay has more depth than it first appears. The 4 unique drafting styles keep things engaging, and the twist of using less desirable cards to buy the ones you really want adds a smart layer of strategy. There's a solo mode that's brutally hard. I haven't even come close to beating it. When I asked Robert if it was another rule error, he just laughed and told me to get better at it. Playing at 2 players is fine, but the more players you get, the more competitive you have to be, since everybody is grabbing for the best comics. Replayability. If you love comics, the replayability is huge. Each game feels different based on which heroes and type of highlight comic icons are randomly chosen as popular in this game, and which comics you end up drafting. I will say that Comic Hunters is a bit of a table hog, but nowhere near something monstrous like Shadows of Brimstone. And finally, as most of my regular viewers know, I'm a huge DC comic fan, and I've been bugging Robert about a DC expansion since day one. He hasn't confirmed or denied anything, but if the demand is there, I'm sure it will happen. So DC fans, get cracking telling Spin Master and Arcane Wonders that you want a DC version. Comic Hunters delivers big on theme and variety, even if it stumbles a bit with its components. I really hope this review came across as unbiased, because I really do love the game, and Robert's a great guy. But there are some issues that, if fixed in the second edition, could elevate this even higher. With that in mind, I'm giving Comic Hunters, strictly out of the box, a 7.5 out of 10. But if you upgrade the components, that's an easy 9.5. You add DC, this is an easy 10 game. And that's a wrap on another Sherpa's Basecamp review. Let me know if you're enjoying these videos. They seem to be having some success, so I'm hoping that means you do. If you like this review, please subscribe to the Board Game Sherpa channel and give it a big thumbs up. If you've played Comic Hunters, let me know what you think in the comments. Did it live up to the hype? Were you one of the folks burned by missing cards? Let's talk about it. Until next time, keep playing, keep collecting comics, and I'll see you in the next review.